Peggy, when is Biden's cognitive disability going to become an election issue?
Well, it already is, but the mainstream media has covered for this man from day one, and they're constantly making excuses for him or playing it down and saying, oh, he's just quirky and that's just part of his charm. Well, America is not charmed by the disastrous failing policies of Joe Biden, and no amount of charm or character can make up for that at all.
His campaign, though, is there any significance to this? Because I note that his campaign is yet to find a headquarters in Wilmington, which is the president's hometown of Delaware. And I understand the campaign has few full-time staff. So what's going on there?
Well, when his staff has been asked about it, they've basically said that you're going to see the president run by watching him being president. And so if that's what they're wanting us to look at, again, we should all take note and be very terrified. He does not have a campaign office. He really doesn't have a staff. His fundraising numbers are terribly low, but the Democrats think they can do what they've always done, which is circle the wagons, pump him up as if he's something that he's not, and have the mainstream media cover for him. But I think the American people are wise to what's happening this time, and I can't fathom who would put that man back in the Oval Office for another 4 years.
See, Peggy just made that point, that the argument is, oh, well, he fell over, but he makes mistakes. That's part of his charm. Part of his charm. Have a listen to this. This is Biden saying, quote, I've committed that by 2020, we will have conserved 30% of all the lands and waters. This is by 2020. The President of the United States doesn't know what year it is. 2020 has come and gone. Listen to this.
And maybe most important, I've committed that by 2020, we will have conserved 30% of all the lands and waters the United States has jurisdiction over, and simultaneously reduce emissions to blunt climate impact.
Oh, Peggy, you've got me.
And is that loaded in his teleprompter? Is he speaking off the cuff? But either way, he should know that 2020 has come and gone, and he's not going to be hitting milestones by then.
That's 2020's come and gone. You're absolutely right. Then, of course, we've got this Hunter Biden issue. Now, the House Oversight Committee chairman, the Republican James Comer, says that his committee is combing over bank records that may reveal potential bribes to President Biden and his son Hunter. These are payments from foreign sources to the Biden family when Joe Biden was vice president, and there's talk of money laundering and profiting from Biden's status. So what's the media got to say about all this, Peggy?
Well, not much. They keep saying that there's no there's no proof. But James Comer is on this like a bloodhound on a scent. And thankfully he is, because he keeps finding these discretionary financial reports that show improper payments. There are all these wire transfers, and he is tracking them down, and he's doing so against the wishes of this administration. And so he is being stonewalled at every front, but he is not to be deterred. Mm-hmm. And the evidence that he already is pulling up is incredibly damning for not only Hunter Biden, but for Joe Biden and the Biden family.
Oh, yeah.
And so as this continues to be disclosed, it's going to be increasingly hard for the left to cover it up. And like I said, maybe they're eventually going to let this come and be the noose that hangs Joe Biden.